Police investigate the deaths of a man and woman found in a Fort Scott home.
It's the most wonderful time of the year and maybe the most stressful. I'm Bradley Blackburn with a new poll on holiday stress and what you can do about it.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Authorities have found a person of interest in a murder case in Fort Scott. KOAM's Ronti Sorotsky joins us live in the studio with more.
Around 7:40 p.m. last night, the Fort Scott Police Department got a call from someone who came home to find their family member shot. When police arrived, they found 48-year-old Melissa L. Mitchell had died from a gunshot wound. They also found 53-year-old Leonard Zimmerman dead inside their home. Both were pronounced dead at the scene. Dawson J. Mitchell, the son of one of the victims, is a person of interest in the case. We spoke to a neighbor who tells us what they heard at the home.
My first notice was a police siren that I heard, and it just went for a second till he stopped up there, and then we didn't even look out because that's not that uncommon, to hear a little blast of a police siren. So a little bit later, my wife noticed all the police cars were around the house and lights on. And
Dawson Mitchell, the 23-year-old person of interest in the homicide case, was arrested at around 1 p.m. today near the intersection of 5th Street and Judson Street in Fort Scott.
Bronte, thanks. You can stay up to date on this case and other top news stories with our KOAM News Now breaking news app. The code you see on your screen will link you directly to the app. It's available for download on both Apple and Android devices. Doug Heddy joins us again. Pretty mild out there, Doug.
Yeah, another great day. High temps mainly into the mid to upper 50s for high, so a notch or two warmer than what we did see yesterday, and it looks like we're going to continue to warm up the next few days. Not too much is going on here across the Central Plains. We do have a couple storm systems out west, which will start to affect us over the next few days. But look at our temps, low to mid 50s. We should only be topping out into the mid 40s for this time of the year. The winds have kind of cranked back around out of the south. These are really going to increase for us over the next couple days, but that's just going to help our temperatures really warm up. Not a bad evening. We drop back through the 40s, 43 by midnight. Most of us will bottom out into lower 40s for overnight lows. Near record highs by Christmas Eve. We're going to look at that here in just a bit.
See you then. New cases and hospitalizations from COVID-19 are surging throughout Missouri, and health leaders are warning of an approaching perfect storm if more people don't get vaccinated and take other precautions. Missouri is now seeing a 7-day average of daily new cases of more than 3,000. The average dipped below 1,000 in October. Meanwhile, hospitals are becoming overwhelmed in both the St. Louis and Kansas City areas, even before Christmas gatherings and before the fast-moving Omicron variant fully takes hold. Oklahoma health officials say they've detected that state's first confirmed case of the Omicron COVID-19 variant. The Oklahoma State Department of Health did not release any information about where the case originated or whether that person was vaccinated. Restrictive abortion laws in Texas that went into effect in September mean right now women are crossing the border to Oklahoma and Kansas for abortion services. The Trust Women Clinic says they saw fewer than 10 Texas patients in its Oklahoma and Kansas facilities before the Texas law went into effect. Now they're seeing more than 100 women a month, and they say they're struggling to keep up with the rush. Oklahoma has 3 abortion laws on a temporary injunction right now. They were supposed to go into effect on November 1st. A donation from First United Church in Carthage will make some of the area's homeless a little more comfortable this holiday. The congregation held a fundraiser they called Undie Sunday, collecting underwear and socks. They collected more than 200 items that they dropped off today at Souls Harbor in Joplin. We're going to hear from a surprise Souls Harbor director on KOAM News at 6. Still ahead, clearing the bottleneck.
President Biden gets an update on supply chain snags days before Christmas. I'm Natalie Brand with how some ports are trying to innovate to try and address the backlog.
And dealing with the stress of the holidays. That's next in Health Watch. Topping today's Health Watch, the U.S. has authorized the first pill against COVID-19. a Pfizer drug that Americans can take at home to reduce the risk of hospitalization and death. Pfizer's prescription pill is the first U.S. medication that does not require an injection or an IV, a long-awaited milestone in the battle against the virus. The drug was authorized for high-risk patients who are most likely to get severe illness. Life expectancy in the U.S. dropped to 77 years in 2020, 1.8 years shorter than the year before. The annual report from the CDC also found that COVID-19 was the third leading cause of death behind heart disease and cancer. Infant mortality also dropped by 2.9% in 2020 to a record low. Sitting in the aisle seat on public transportation could put you at a greater risk of catching a virus from someone else on board, viruses like COVID. Researchers at the American Institute of Physics developed a model that showed droplets from someone in a window seat rose more and were less likely to invade the space of other passengers. But droplets from the middle seat contaminated aisle passengers more. Reducing frailty in older adults could help prevent dementia. A new study published in the Journal of Neurology, Neurosurgery, and Psychiatry found that a healthy lifestyle may reduce the risk of dementia even for those with a genetic predisposition for the disease. Researchers say this finding will help older adults look for ways to stay fit and reduce their risk. We know that the most wonderful time of year can also lead to a lot of stress. Well, a new survey finds unrealistic expectations for the holidays are stressing out both parents and kids. But as Bradley Blackburn reports, you may get more from the holidays by doing less.
Mom Stephanie Mortimer knows the holiday season can be hectic. She's squeezing in some shopping with her son Eli and their friends.
We have to decorate the house, we have to get all the gifts, we have to make sure the kids have a memorable holiday.
In December, it can feel like the to-do list is longer than Santa's list. Do you ever feel a pressure to get it a certain way?
For sure, yeah. And then you're not sure if everybody always notices, right?
A new C.S. Mott Children's Hospital national poll finds parents are worried their holiday stress may be taking away from holiday joy.
A lot of them feel like that has a negative impact on their child's enjoyment of the holidays, and that's just so unfortunate.
The poll shows nearly a third of parents are stressed during the holidays by extra shopping, balancing finances, and especially keeping their family healthy. Moms are twice as likely as dads to experience high stress, and 1 in 5 parents believes their stress negatively affects their kids during the holiday season. Sarah Clark is the poll co-director.
I think in some families, we're trying to make up for some things missed over the last year or year and a half. And I don't really think that's the approach that is going to be most helpful.
Experts say to make the season brighter, sit down with your family and ask everyone what they really want from Christmas. Keep your favorite traditions alive, but think about which activities you can cut or minimize.
The presents and the holiday spirit and the meals, I guess.
What about the elf on the shelf?
Oh, yeah.
So check the to-do list twice and try to trim some of the stress for more joy this season. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
70% of parents say the best way to reduce holiday stress is to get some alone time, and more than half said listening to music helps. And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, our pet vet on call.
Hi, I'm Dr. Eva Dudek from Parsons Pet Hospital. Coming up, we're going to talk about poinsettia toxicity.
Plus, we continue to warm up over the next few days. We're going to check that out coming up. Well, it turned out to be another nice day for us today. Of course, a Wednesday. It's Christmas Eve, and it looks pretty good. We had quite a bit of sunshine, temperatures into, I guess, Eve. Yes, temperatures into the upper 50s for highs. We're going to warm up even more as we go through the next few days. We do have a system on Sunday that will give us some rain chances. Actually, it gets pretty active next week. Another system Tuesday, a system on Thursday, a system on New Year's Day. Of course, you can get my long-range forecast on my month-long blog, KOAMnewsnow.com. Look at December. Crazy warm. Majority of these days, 50s, 60s, and 70s. Again today above average. We're going to continue this trend as we go through the next few days. Temperatures right now anywhere from 50 in Nevada, 53 in Anderson, 54 in Miami, 51 in Pittsburgh. Independence is sitting at 55. Not as chilly for us tonight. We have southerly winds, which are starting to increase. So it's going to get a little bit on the windy side tonight, tomorrow, into Friday. But in return, our temperatures are going to warm up. Nice shot, sun setting. Currently outside sitting at 53. Southerly winds 10 to 15. Humidity is bone dry at about 34%. Through the evening hours, slide back through the 40s. Eventually, we're going to kind of bottom out near 40 for an overnight low. But clear skies, nothing is going on here. Really, the entire Central Plains look pretty good. We have this nice ridge of high pressure. You can see how the jet stream kind of bubbles up across the Rockies. That's going to roll in, give us really nice weather. And then right behind it, we have the starts of kind of an active part of the pattern as we go through the next few weeks, giving us many chances for rain, even some snow. All right, for us tonight, clouds increase late, but these are going to be late, so mostly clear skies over the next several hours. Heading into Thursday, mostly cloudy skies. We may get a random sprinkle, but overall, a pretty good day. Here's your day planner starting at 42, 59 by noon. High temp right around 63, so Thursday looks good. It is going to be windy. We're going to have those south winds gusting 20 to 25 at times. Still a lot of clouds tomorrow night. Heading into Friday morning, which is Christmas Eve. Friday again, I think partly to mostly cloudy skies, but we are going to press record highs. The record on Friday is 73, and I think we're going to go to 72 or 73. So we're going to make a run at it. A lot of clouds again Friday night into Christmas morning. You can see rain spreads just to our north. That was the system I was hoping would possibly give us some snow, but it's just not going to happen. It's going to shoot on by. We'll start to cool down a little bit. Sunday into Monday, rain chances right back in on Sunday. Here comes Tuesday, rain chances again, maybe a little bit of snow on the end. Here comes Thursday, rain chances right back in, and then even into New Year's Eve, we have rain chances sticking around, and then right back in for New Year's Day. So it gets pretty active next week, but the next few days look fantastic. 63 tomorrow, 72 on Friday, 64 on Christmas Day. Sunday 63, really temperature is pretty good through the middle of next week. They will start to cool down just a little bit.
If you like warmer than usual, then yeah,
you got it.
Good. Thanks, Jack. 72-million-year-old dinosaur embryo, 72-million-year-old, has been discovered inside a fossilized egg that scientists described as one of the best preserved specimens of its kind ever found. The fossilized egg was discovered in southern China in 2000, but scientists have been examining it only over the past 4 years since the embryo inside was found. Scientists observed the embryo in a tucking position, which was previously thought to be a pre-hatching behavior unique to birds. The findings of that study were published just this week. Coming up, efforts to relieve supply chain problems. First, though, we recognize a four-state hero from World War. Well, this is a different one. This is Larry Schultz. He is today's four-state hero. We'll have more on him tonight. Topping today's Consumer Watch, Americans' confidence in the economy has dropped to its lowest point since the start of the pandemic. It's according to a Gallup poll that found 2/3 of adults believe the economy is getting worse. They're concerned about supply chain problems, rising inflation, and the continued spread of COVID-19. President Biden called together his supply chain task force to discuss progress being made in working through the number of cargo containers stuck in our nation's ports. Natalie Brand has more details from the White House.
Longshoremen at the Port of Savannah are working 24 hours a day to clear the backlog of shipping containers.
We're still catching up as a nation to what happened a year and a half ago when Asia shut down.
The ongoing supply chain bottlenecks mean some store owners can't get what they need during the busiest time of the year.
We're seeing things delayed up to 3 months and more. Shipping prices are sky high right now.
Days before Christmas, President Biden is getting an update from his supply chain task force, industry experts and CEOs.
At the Port of Long Beach since mid-October, the dwell times for those containers has dropped from 12 days to 5 days. That's 140% improvement. and in Los Angeles from 9 days to 4 days, 125% improvement.
This week, the Biden administration is announcing $230 million in grant money to help ports upgrade their infrastructure.
We're also working to unstick bottlenecks between the ports and the stores by getting more trucks moving all around the country.
Savannah's port used federal dollars to help create pop-up ports further inland to clear containers off the docks.
At the end of the day, we're all dealing with a parking lot. And when the parking lot is full, it's full. So the race for us is to keep the parking lot as empty as possible and keep the cars moving out.
It's a model other ports could look at replicating to deal with what's been a record volume of import cargo. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Despite whatever progress the ports have made in clearing out the docks, a report from the digital freight forwarding company Schiffel says the backlog on the West Coast is still so severe that it's actually faster for companies to ship their cargo from Asia to ports in New York and New Jersey rather than Long Beach and LA. A change is coming to how some credit scores are calculated. Starting in 2022, Equifax will include buy now, pay later payment information in scores. They estimate it'll help boost credit scores for most people by 13 points as long as they avoid late payments. We know there's been a surge in bad behavior on planes, and now the TSA is warning that unruly passengers could lose pre-check privileges. The FAA is sharing a list of unruly passengers who are facing civil fines, and the TSA will cross-check and may strip them of their expedited security screening privileges. So far this year, there have been more than 5,600 reports of misbehavior on planes. That is a record. How much would you pay for a text message? An NFT of the first ever electronic message reading Merry Christmas hit the auction block in Paris. It sold for $121,000. The text was put up for auction by British telecom company Vodafone. The message was sent on December 3rd of 1992. Our Pet Vet on Call answers questions about poinsettias next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, the FDA's approval of the first at-home treatment for COVID, and a look at how well monoclonal antibody treatments are working against the Omicron variant. Then on KOAM News at 6, we'll have the latest on that investigation into the deaths of a man and woman in Fort Scott. Plus, the Kansas governor's proposal to provide a one-time tax rebate, and young players lead the Colgan girls to a winning start. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. We know about some obvious cases where pets and Christmas decorations don't mix, like when the cat wants to climb the Christmas tree or knock over the candles, or the dog insists on chewing on the light cords. Those are all no-nos, but it might be a little less clear whether some other supposed hazards are really concerns. Today's question for our Pet Vet on Call: are poinsettias really poisonous for pets?
Yes, they are, but they're not fatal. In fact, the toxicity to poinsettias is very, very mild, anywhere from irritation to the mucous membranes, to salivating, to a mild diarrhea. And I don't believe they taste good. I've never tried it, but I can't imagine a dog eating a lot. However, having said that, there are probably those ding-dongs that would eat a lot and get sick to the point of needing some GI protectant medicine. But I don't think your dog is going to do that, so decorate all you want.
Yeah, if you don't mind the dog having mild diarrhea, then you're good. Hey, we invite questions from anyone. If you have a question, you just send it to petvet@koamtv.com. Dr. Eva Dudek from Parsons Pet Hospital answers a different question or brings us a fun fact every Wednesday right here on KOAM News at 5. Now let's check out our picks of the litter for the week from the Joplin Humane Society. Yeah, look at that. We've chosen this little adult Papillon Pomeranian mix. He's an adult male, tiny one, named Bud, and this female kitten, a domestic short hair named Maui. If you're looking for a pet, we hope you consider checking out your local Humane Society. They have a lot of nice pets there. They also suggest that you do not get a pet for someone for Christmas unless you know that they want them.
That
They're
was-
going to be the caregiver. You don't want to surprise them.
Just going through my head right
Yeah,
before
but
you
you have
said
to be
that.
careful about that. Obviously, if it's for your child or something and
Yeah.
you're taking responsibility,
Absolutely.
that's different. Okay, the weather.
Looks pretty good over the next few days. It's going to be chilly tonight, lower 40s, but 63 tomorrow. 72 on Christmas Eve, near record highs. A little bit cooler on Christmas Day, but 64, it does not feel like the holidays.
It does not. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 6. Let's make it a great evening.